Hello there everyone, hello, Chocolo here for another video review. It's potentially a very special one. Yes, it's the Mars Honeycomb flavour with salted caramel, yes. Those you might remember the Mars Raspberry Smash that I reviewed last year, and basically that was one of my top bars of the year last year. So I don't know if this one's going to be quite as good, but it has the potential to be, because the one I was very surprised by. So will this one be as good, or if not as good, almost as good, or maybe even better? You never know. I suspect it probably won't be better, but you never know. I'd be surprised if it was better, because I feel like this one's a bit more of a standard set of flavours, but you never know, you never know. It certainly looks great. It reminds me a bit of Revels, actually. You know, it's got that same colour scheme as Revels, doesn't it? Which is interesting. Yeah, Mars Revel bar, that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Or Mars Planets even, bring those back. But yeah, so quite a small bar. It's an import from Australia, this one. You can see it's very small. I mean, maybe Mars UK is actually quite small nowadays, isn't it, as well? But there we go. So how does it work? So it's got loads of flavour. Honeycomb flavour with salted caramel. I quite like the way it's got a hexagon there for the O and the comb there. Not in the honey part for some reason, but there we go. Yeah, alright, and I don't know, yeah. Not sure if that makes thematic sense or not, I'm not sure, but there we go. Got the sticker, the import sticker on here. More salted caramel honeycomb flavour bar. Serving size 47 grams, so I assume the bar is 47 grams. 400 grams, 449 calories. 16.2 grams of fat, 8.2 of which is saturated. So, interesting that. It's well below the 500 to 550 that chocolate products tend to have, in my experience. So, calories per 100 grams. And there's the ingredients there. What does it say? Anything of interest? Yeah, vegetable fat, malt extract. I can't see any palm oil there, so I don't think there's any palm fat. Can't see any of that. Nougat 31%, salted caramel 29%, I think that says. That's refusing to focus in, so I'm going to use the magnifying glass. Let's see, so nougat 31%, and salted caramel 28%, and milk chocolate 40%. So there we go. So yes, that's, what does that add up to? 71%. Yeah, there's 1% missing actually, so 40, 31 and 28. So we've got, 59 plus 40. Yeah, so 1% missing, not sure what that 1% is. There we go. 1% unknown. Who knows what it is? Yes, hopefully nothing bad. Alright. But yeah, anything else of interest to see on the back? I don't think there is actually, is there really? I think it's just the usual stuff. Obviously it's got the import sticker covering most of the original stuff, but that's the way it goes. Red cycle there, the Australian recycling scheme, I guess. Alright, so you can't really even see for sure that it's imported from Australia. I think probably some kind of Australian address somewhere, maybe on the back here, maybe. Got the ingredients there. There you go, get in touch. Mars Australia, stuff like that. Looks like it's halal certified as well. Alright, well, I think we need to look into this further and give it an open. So let's move ourselves down, give it an open. Let's do it. Okay then everyone, getting this Mars Honeycomb flavour with salted caramel open. Very exciting indeed. Quite a lot of flourish going on in here, but you know, I'm sure these are almost like snack size bars really now. They're getting so small. I mean, they really are. I don't know. These crackers. I'm sure these are supposed to be a fifth bigger, essentially a quarter bigger, these bars. A quarter actually, a fifth sounds a bit too small. Yeah, definitely shrinking, but you know, waistline, stuff like that, maybe it's a good thing. Let's give it an open, as I say. So time recording, I've done about 1010 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right corner, I'll put a link to place all my other reviews, or some related ones, such as other Australian products, other Mars products, things like that. So yeah, go check those out. After you watch this, hopefully enjoy those too. And yeah, so you can see the size difference. It looks similar to the UK one, but you can see, I don't know, you know, really enough room for a larger bar, let's put it that way. Alright, so let's give it a measure then, shall we? So roughly, a bit of a, sticks out the bottom there, but 9.6 centimetres. And the height's a bit wispy on top, at 1.9. Could depend on where you measure it. So it's 2 now, but it might depend, as I say. And the width, the bottom, at 2.7. And as I said, it is lumpy at the side. I didn't measure that lumpy bit there at the bottom. I want to measure the width or the length. Okay. Alright, so interesting. A bit of tie tracks at the bottom there. It's been on the conveyor belt. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think we shall we give it a shot? Let's give it a snap, shall we? Oh wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. That is very golden. Lovely caramel there as well. I mean, it looks a lot like colourings really, doesn't it? But the Raspberry Smash had a very pink centre. This one, of course, is a very yellowy, honeycomby looking sensor. Now, a lot better than the. It does look a bit too yellow, but it's certainly a lot better than the Aero honeycomb melts and the Aero honeycomb bar, honeycomb flavour bar, things like that. It was just white basically. At least this one made some kind of effort to make it look a bit honeycomby. I'll say it's quite yellow, but you know, reminds me of the raspberry smash that had a sort of pink centre. Smells quite honeycomby, I guess. Maybe. Hard to discern. Maybe just a regular Mars bar smell, but looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. You know, I'm quite happy with that. I'd say a bit yellow, a bit false maybe, but you know, I like the way they've made the effort. Yeah, interesting. A thick layer of caramel as well. But yeah, and as you saw, quite runny. So you think you could tell anyway, can't you? Really, it would run if I held it upside down for quite some time. Maybe not so long actually, but yeah. But how does it taste? Let's lift myself up and give it a taste. Let's do it. Excited for this. Okay, everyone, going to give this honeycomb flavour Mars with salted caramel a taste. I guess the caramel's salted caramel rather than just regular caramel thing. I mean, what does it say? I don't think we mentioned the actual description before. Your light and fluffy honeycomb flavour nougat smothered in creamy salted caramel coated in thick milk chocolates. There we go. So quite interesting. I quite like the way they've done that. They've sort of done two things at once, killed two birds with one stone, I guess you would say, by flavouring the caramel. Well, make it salted caramel basically. Yeah, interesting. But does it work with a honeycomb flavour? Honeycomb flavoured nougat. Okay, yeah. Light and fluffy honeycomb flavoured nougat. Alright, well, let's give it a taste. Let's find out how good it is. Or how bad it is. Let's give it a go. Interesting. Very strange one, this one. Quite chewy. Oddly. This is a weird bar. This is very strange. It's got very weird textures and the taste kind of come out the more and more you eat it. You know, it's don't come out straight away. It's very weird. It's really unusual and it's really chewy as well. It's chewy. The nougat is it says it's light and fluffy. It's a very chewy bar. Well, not very chewy, but a lot more chewy than Mars bar. It's almost like a fudge bar almost, you know, like the consistency of a Cadbury fudge. Definitely got a salted caramel taste. Definitely got a nougat flavour in there as well. Very interesting. Very weird. Very different. Very, you know, very interesting. You know, it's very interesting. I mean, they've really made an effort here. You know what I mean? They've not just, you know, it's got like a chewiness to it. It's definitely got salted caramel flavour there. It's got catching the throat a bit, the honeycomb flavour, I think. A bit strong. But it's there. Maybe the chewiness gives a bit of the honeycomb, sort of reminiscent of honeycomb where it's quite chewy. It's really interesting, this bar, you know. I don't know if it's a massively successful attempt at what it's trying to do, but it's not far off. They've made a real effort, you know. It's very interesting. It's very different than anything else. I quite like it in that respect. I think it's not as good as Raspberry Smash. I think that one was really, really distinct, but it's really worked really well as being distinct. This one's very distinct. I don't know. I feel like the flavours are kind of quite a bit more typical in this case. They're a bit more, I don't know, not quite as interesting, but all the same, they've done it in a way that's interesting. You know what I mean? So, very chewy. And I say chewy in a way that's not like a regular Mars bar at all, or even like a Snickers. It's like a Cadbury's fudge or maybe a very light caramel, a chewy caramel, but not, as I say, not massively chewy as far as they're concerned. I'd say the salted caramel's nice, definitely there. You can definitely taste it, and it's a good amount of flavour as well. And I'd say that the honeycomb flavour's definitely there as well, and you get that honeycomb texture by the way that it's quite chewy. I feel like it's really, I don't know. Unfortunately, I feel like the flavours are not quite my favourite kind of flavours. So, but you know, if they are yours, I feel like, you know, this is a really good attempt, and it's very interesting, very nice. I think it's a really good bar, this one. You know, it's just not quite my favourite sort of flavours, but you know, I don't know, I can really appreciate it, and I feel like it's a really valiant effort. It's really interesting. As I say, I was very impressed with the Raspberry Smash, and I think this one, they've kind of done it again, really. You know, it's just not as much of my cup of tea of a bar, really, if that makes sense. But really interesting, you know. Yeah, it's well worth a try, and they've really made an effort. They've not just they're not just flavoured, it's salted. I mean, you know, so many other bars we see where they try and say it's salted caramel. So like the Cadbury ones, for instance, you know, they say it's salted caramel flavoured caramel. You know, and it doesn't taste any different. You can barely taste the salted caramel. It's a really disappointing bar. This one, they've really made an effort. They've put some honeycomb in there as well, or honeycomb flavouring in there. They've changed the consistency of the bar, at least. I mean, you know, I don't feel like regular Mars bars like this. Maybe they are in Australia, I don't know, but I'm quite sure they're not. Although I could be wrong, of course, but definitely not compared to the UK ones. It's very chewy, you know, not massively so, but a lot more so than regular Mars bars. And it's just a very interesting set of textures and tastes. I'm very happy with it. I just kind of wish it was a bit more impactful on the tastes as such, you know, on the flavours, but it is impactful in the way that they've done it and the way you can discern them all and the way it's different and unique and very interesting, very special and a lovely experience. It's got the X factor, you know what I mean? Sometimes I say in bars don't have an X factor. This one has it, you know, it really does. Yeah. I just feel like it's not quite the flavours I like the most, but if you do, I think this one probably a 5 out of 5 for you. I think for me, I don't know, 4.5. I feel like maybe a 4.5 might be too high for it, but I don't know. It's I feel like it deserves it. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I feel like it's just got something very special here. It's a very special bar. It's a lovely experience, and yeah, and I'm pleased that it exists. Yeah, try this one for sure. It's well worth the try, even if you're not a massive fan of honeycomb and caramel. You know, I think you'll still get something out of it, or even Mars bars. You just try it. Yeah, and the raspberry smash as well while you're at it. Alright guys, so we enjoyed that review. Leave a like, leave a comment, so free. Always great to hear from you, always doing best reply. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.